Lesson 324. I merely follow, for I would not lead.
Hi there. Can you imagine how our lives could be if we allowed ourselves to be guided by that part of us that knows exactly what's best for us and the most effective actions to take? Lesson 324 delves into this very topic, teaching us about the only one whose guidance we should truly follow.
I merely follow, for I would not lead. Father, you are the one who gave the plan for my salvation to me. You have set the way I am to go, the role to take, and every step in my appointed path. I cannot lose the way. I can but choose to wander off a while, and then return. Your loving voice will always call me back, and guide my feet aright. My brothers all can follow in the way I lead them. Yet I merely follow in the way to you, as you direct me and would have me go.
So let us follow one who knows the way. We need not tarry, and we cannot stray except an instant from his loving hand. We walk together, for we follow him. And it is he who makes the ending sure, and guarantees a safe returning home.
In other words, let's recall a few key points from our previous lessons. We've learned that our understanding of what's happening in the world and in our lives can be flawed and limited, if not entirely misleading. This is because it's based on our limited and flawed perception, which often relies heavily on our ego's projections and the conditioning from our past experiences.
Lesson 7. I see only the past.
Given all this, not only do we struggle to understand what's happening and what the best course of action might be to achieve our desires, but we also often lack clarity about what it is that we truly want.
Lesson 24. I do not perceive my own best interests.
However, we have the opportunity to embrace a new vision. We can tap into our true inner self, which is in contact with the Holy Spirit, and ask for guidance to see things differently.
Lesson 33. There is another way of looking at the world.
This means that even though we must acknowledge our current way of perceiving things as flawed and misleading, we have also learned that at the core of our being, we are very holy. We are in fact the Holy Son of God Himself.
Lesson 191. I am the Holy Son of God Himself.
We have learned that there is a crucial decision we must make at every moment, in every holy instant.
Lesson 152. The power of decision is my own.
This decision concerns the world we choose to see. Either the projections of our ego, or the world as revealed by the Holy Spirit. And we've come to understand that at any given moment, we can only perceive one world at a time.
Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds.
It's also a decision about our identity. Do we identify with our body? Our ego? Or do we identify with our spirit?
Lesson 97. I am spirit.
We've learned a great deal, but it's essential to practice consistently until these teachings become a new way of living. We're cultivating a mindset that takes these concepts as its foundation, encouraging us to think in ways vastly different from what we're used to and from the patterns we've been trained to follow. But it's more than just adopting a new mindset. We can live our lives in constant connection with the Holy Spirit, aligned with the will of God, and attuned to the voice for God. We may not have fully achieved this state yet, but we are on the path and can gradually get there. So now, let's start to ask for guidance at any time, in every holy instant. Let's admit that most of the time, we don't have a clue, and we certainly don't see the big picture. Let's ask to be guided, committing ourselves to follow that guidance. As we do this, as we humbly accept that we will not lead and instead leave the helm to the one who knows, as we allow ourselves to be guided and merely follow, that's when we truly become leaders of men. Our brothers then have the opportunity to follow the path we tread, because we are the ones who simply follow in the way God intends for us. In this way, we walk together, following Him who guides us safely home.
I merely follow, for I would not lead.
I merely follow, for I would not lead.
I merely follow, for I would not lead.
Isn't that wonderful? Realizing that by following divine guidance, we are led down the most fulfilling and meaningful paths in life. How does this perspective change the way you view your own path and decisions from now on? Continue with your practices morning and evening, and keep this idea in mind every hour today. Whenever you feel lost or uncertain about which course of action to take, or if you feel your ego tempting you to act with its usual animosity, pause for a moment and remind yourself,
I merely follow, for I would not lead.
you're doing an incredible job on this journey. See you tomorrow for another enlightening lesson. Just a quick reminder, we're currently exploring the section titled What is Creation? If you haven't watched the introduction to this section yet, simply click on the video link that will pop up on your screen shortly. Quick note before you go. Let's take a moment to appreciate the generosity of those who have supported these videos. It's their contributions that make these daily lessons possible. Please consider joining them. And thank you for being a part of this community of miracle workers.
There's a lot of love behind these videos. If you enjoyed what you watched, please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day.